We'd like to welcome you back to the Mike Zuglin's Josh Northeast 9-Ball Tour. We're coming to you live from Raxx Pool Sports Bar and Grill in West Hempstead, New York, which is on Long Island. The feature match on this table is going to be Mr. Tournament Joe Gibbons versus George Rodriguez, who plays out of Steinway Billiards. But on the roving cam, we have Earl Strickland and Mike DeShane in the background. Now, Earl Strickland just got off the featured stream table, and Mike DeShane elected not to play him on that table, which is kind of a smart move. I noticed that a lot of players elect not to because the player's warm. George Rodriguez flies off the table. I'm Upstate Al. I'm sitting in the booth for AZB TV. I'd like to welcome everybody out there that's on board with us. Tournament Joe's been around a long time. They don't call him Tournament Joe for nothing. If anybody played in any tournaments in New York area or the metro area, even up in Connecticut, this gentleman here, and I mean he's a gentleman, participated and supported pool many moons. Also is the, we like to call him the personal chauffeur for Earl Strickland and Larry Ross. Tournament Joe traveling with both Larry Ross, Jason Shore, Earl Strickland. And there's a funny story. If you joined the stream before you heard it, this gentleman here, Larry, says he's one of the best drivers on earth. He says he takes us all over. He says, but the only thing you got to do is keep him awake. I find that kind of amusing, but I know it's serious. And I think Larry is actually joking about it, but when Larry tells you the story, you would say it's 100% true. The way he tells you with the serious face. But Joe's a sweetheart of a guy. Joe plays quite often here in Raxx. And we could see, I'm going to scream over this way here, since both shots are up in the corners. You can sweat Mike DeShane down on the 3-ball. He is playing Earl Strickland. Hey, Tony, Iggy. We call him Iggy. I have some names I just have trouble with. Ignoramurillo. All right. Anyway, Iggy. We'll call you Iggy. Thanks for signing on, Iggy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support. Earl Strickland gets up at the table as Tournament Joe seems like he's working on. Looks like he was working on either his shaft or his tip. We are running dual microphones today, folks. We have 2 tables wired with mics. One is the table where Earl Strickland and Mike DeShane are playing, and the other table is the featured table where you see Tournament Joe Gibbons in the green. Now he's faced with the combination. And Mike DeShane pockets his 5-ball going for the 6. I don't know the score of that match, folks. You're going to try to keep that on your own. Ignam, Okay, good try. Iggy. All right, Tournament Joe set up here. Let's go to Tournament Joe's overhead cam. Got to play it right. Oops, made them both. He didn't want to do that. You see him snap his fingers like 7-11. And Mike DeShane won that game, but I don't know the score. Not sure if we can zoom up on the beads there. Just not. It's right behind that light, so we can't see those beads. As we watch Tournament Joe miss that 9 ball, and looks like he's going to leave us almost a straight-in shot for George Rodriguez, who's a very dangerous player. He's a jam-up player. And George Rodriguez going up 1-0. As you watch Mike DeShane and Earl Strickland talk about the rack. And Mike pointing out things in the rack. Wing ball flies in for George. As Mike's down like a mechanic looking for a screw that he dropped somewhere in the engine compartment. Wow, what a shot by George Rodriguez, cutting that 1 ball right into the corner pocket. Position on the 2. Made that beautiful 1 ball and he missed the 2. There you see Phil Davis walk by. As Joe Gibbons fails to hit the 2 ball, George Rodriguez coming to the table with ball in hand. The 3 ball is his only problem. The 3 and the 5 are lined up, so he's going to elect to play the combination, I guess. It's about his only shot. Mr. Strickland in the background up at the table. George pockets the 5, and he holds position with the 3. George Rodriguez, 2-0.
Okay, players come up on 12. Phil Davis versus Tom Rice, that's on 12. Davis versus
Strickland and Mike DeShane going at it right there. I can't tell the score. I believe it's 1-0 or 1 apiece. Second time George Rodriguez flew off the table. Mike DeShane misses and lets Earl back up at the table. Earl missed just before that. Anytime, Iggy. Thank you for your support, sir. I'm going to take a quick step out and see if I can keep you guys up to date on, or at least I'll give you an update on the score of Mike DeShane and Earl Strickland. But keep in mind, this is our featured match on the stream table is George Rodriguez and Mr. Joe Gibbons. And George just plays a beautiful safe, but it looks like the cue ball. Wow. Sitting in the drawers of the pocket. A long shot from Joe Gibbons as we watch Earl in the background breaking. Earl sinks the one ball into the side pocket, and Joe Gibbons banks the four ball. Looked like it sounded like it went in. It did go in. He's from Kentucky, so the way he's wearing that green is definitely an Irish color. Mr. Green. Wasn't there a character, Mr. Green, in the board game Clue? That Mr. Butler, I forget.
Good hit?
Yeah, it's a good hit, George.
I couldn't see you blocking.
Let me see if I can get an update on that score with Earl and Mike. Okay, Earl leads in that match 2-1. And Mr. Joe Gibbons trails in this match 2-0. Joe Gibbons faced with a long 8-ball, but makeable and position just natural. Didn't leave George much. George just going to elect to play safe. Smart play. Mike DeShane looks like he's walking in the park right now. He trails in that match 2-1. That's Mike DeShane and Earl Strickland back there. Joe Gibbons makes a good kick on the 8-ball and leaves George real long. George just going to elect to trap him up behind the 9. Oh, he went for the cut shot and made it. Going to get a little funny on this 9. Looks like he's okay. As you're looking in the back, Mike DeShane on the 6-ball, and George on this table here now goes up 3-0 over Joe Gibbons. Keep in mind this table in the background is Earl Strickland and Mike DeShane. Mike elected not to play on the same table that Earl just come off of. He trails 2-1. And if he can sink this 8 and 9 ball, it will be 2 apiece in the back on that table. Okay, 2-2 for Mike and Earl, and 2-0 here in this front table. Once again, this is a co-production live stream between NYC Grind and AZB TV. As Mike DeShane takes his break, let's go back to this featured table, and Jorge Rodriguez pockets the wing. Wow, Joe Gibbons just let his stroke out there. What a beautiful shot.
Is that 3 ball that's left?
It's 5 ball. Next one is the 7 ball.
The 8.
Next to the side pocket. I don't know what that noise is, but it sounds like bottles crashing. Oh, they're setting up the tables.
Looks like they might have their private party. The guy on the right side of the room is going to be held with a private party.
Yes, they are. They're having a private party later on tonight, and the crew is setting it up. It's a beautiful room. If you got a chance, come by Raxx Pool Room out here on Long Island and support Holden Chin. He really does a lot for all tours.
Back up a little more, and he should be good.
There's no concessions, so
Yep.
Mr. Joe Gibbons is going to have to shoot these 2 balls out. The 8 in the drawers up the corner pocket.
I didn't know he missed the 8 ball, Georgie. Oh, wow. Joe will shoot that in. Did he come up farther in it? Oh.
Well, it looks like he's going to have to go to the bank again.
Look straight on with it.
Sweating Joe Gibbons at the bank. These are all being recorded, folks. Let's see if the bank's open for Mr. Gibbons. No, it's not on either, as he leaves a straight and long distance shot for Jorge Rodriguez. And Jorge Rodriguez now goes up another game. Scores 4-0, as Mike DeShane is back from his break, I believe, and that match is underway. It's tied at 2-2. In the background, you see Mike DeShane jacked up over a ball on the 1.
George set for the break. Dry break. Joe has a shot on the 1. Probably played a 2 to the 5 combination. Oh,
Now you try to make the carom. Is what you
Yeah.
try to do. You try to make the 5 ball.
nice shot. I don't know if he can put the 4 in. He'll probably go 4 to the 5. Yep. Slow roll it.
As you watch Mike DeShane get out of shape on his 9 ball in the background. That score is 2 to 2, and Mike's not liking it. Now he can cut just about anything into any pocket. We all know that.
And he'll use a bridge also. So will Georgie. Nice shot, Mike.
Okay, so Mike DeShane now leads 3 to 2 over Earl Strickland in the back. I'll feature table here.
I like Mike DeShane's chances in that match.
Either player can win it.
Great player.
Score on our featured match is 4 to 0
And he's still young.
in favor of George Rodriguez, the one who's standing by, about to use the bridge.
Earl is a world champion. George. Seven ball to the corner. 8 the same way. And 9 directly across from the corner to the left side.
Okay, George Rodriguez now puts up another beat. It's 5 to 0 in favor of George Rodriguez over Joe Gibbons. We're trying to keep an eye on both matches here because we do have another match in the back between Earl Strickland and Mike DeShane. That score is now 3 to 2 in favor of Mike DeShane over Earl. Right above the Aramith banner is that match. And you can see the link that's in the chat is for AZB Vision. This is the new YouTube channel for AZB TV. It's called AZB TV. Right over to YouTube, and you can elect to subscribe to it. Our matches will be uploaded there, and we do appreciate your subscription to YouTube and AZB Vision.
You can also go to the browser bar and type youtube.com/user/AZBTvision if you don't have the YouTube app or a smartphone. That's how you go to it on a PC.
George Rodriguez set the break. Leads this match 5 0 over Joe Gibbons. Let's go back to because Mike DeShane leads 3 to 2 over Earl Strickland. Just plays it safe. If the match in front of us on the main table should end fast, I will zoom in on Earl Strickland and Mike DeShane in the background.
Earl electing what shot he should do, as Joe does the same.
George with ball in hand. It's very dangerous, and Mike DeShane kicks the 2 up table right into the pocket. And it doesn't appear from here that he has a shot on the 3 for Mike DeShane. big. George Rodriguez puts another beat on his side. He's leading this match now. 6-0 over tournament Joe Gibbons. As you watch Mike DeShane in the background. He's about to get out.
8 in the corner. Yep.
He leads that match 3-2 over Earl Strickland.
Go to the opposite side.
And Mike DeShane now leads 4-2 over Earl Strickland. And George Rodriguez leads over Joe Gibbons 6-0 right here in front of you. Look at the 2-9. The 2-9 line up very nicely. And as you hear George laugh. George and Joe are good friends. Let's go to the overhead cam for this one. You can see the 2-9 in the upper right-hand corner. All Joe has to do is stop right there. Don't do anything fancy, but it looks like he's going forward with this, trying to come back down and get too perfect. Oh, he's accepting a long shot. Good shot.
Good shot. He wasn't, I don't think he would mess up on that. Nice shot.
All right. Tournament Joe raises his cue like he just conquered the earth. Good for you, Joe. Always supporting Pool. Okay, the score right here is 6-1.
Good guy.
Really nice guy. 6-1 George over Joe. Let's get back to the robot cam because that match is heating up in the back.
Earl
Strickland is up at the table. It's 4-2. Mike DeShane in that match. It's getting me better. We can almost see 4 tables.
Earl, 2 in.
I could zoom in on just about any of them. And like I said, if this featured match on the stream table should end. Well, somebody's hitting the cam out there. And it's probably George sitting down in a chair. Mike DeShane or Earl win that one. Earl won it, so it's now 4-3. That match is becoming nip and tuck. I'm going to assume that the featured table is going to end before that one. And if it should, I'm zooming in on it. You can bet on it. As we get a push from Tournament Joe Gibbons. We want to thank NYC Grind, Allison Fisher, Jerry Tarantola, and the whole crew over at nycgrind.com. Jumping on board for this co-production as we watch that long combination shot.
Still got to come for the one. I think he could see it. We just can't from this angle.
As Earl is making Mike DeShane rack him a few times. I believe I heard him say he just wants him straight.
As Mike says, be a gentleman. Yeah, it could be the rack. Definitely could be. Mistakes and things happen.
There's never a racking issue when Mike DeShane is racking, is there?
I don't believe so.
Now Earl looks like a mechanic that he lost a spring in the engine compartment. He's down there gazing around. He's looking at the angle the rack is racked, making sure it's not crooked. Tournament Joe and Earl Strickland head to head here in the stretch.
And I will elect to play safe as Earl breaks his balls up. Try one for Earl, and Georgie shoots. He missed the bank shot. Think Joe will play safe or go all the way down to the corner?
Supposed to play safe.
I seen Georgie make some long shots like that before.
Yeah, you play safe. You go behind the 9 with the cue ball speed, but and you put the 6 on the short rail. He might have got him.
Yeah? I can't see. Oh, yeah, there you go.
See now, he got him.
Nice shot. Good safety.
Yes, hey, Rich. Mike DeShane and Jarrett Clowry are here on premises.
Sorry for the noise in the background, guys. They're doing renovations in their room.
Jarrett Clowry is playing in the tournament along with Mike DeShane. Phil Davis is here. Jeremy Sosi is here. Earl Strickland. Tournament Joe Gibbons. And many others. I'll see if I can get some names for you.
Earl shoot. That's the 5 in the corner. Play the 6, same way. Back up for the 7. He hit that ball nice too. Earl likes to play at that pace. He likes his pace. Back up for the 8. And he'll stay right there for the 9. And he should be out here, ladies and gentlemen. And that could be it for Joe Gibbons versus George Rodriguez. Mike DeShane up to rack for Earl one more time. Excuse me. Mike DeShane racks. Earl looking at the rack again. And he's set to break. George Rodriguez.
7-1 here on the feature table.
That wasn't the last game. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen.
Earl broke on that table.
Yeah.
So it's now 4 apiece.
For
I
Earl
believe
and
it's
Mike.
tied.
Yeah.
4-4 for Mike and Earl in the background.
That's correct. Kisses the 3 up a little bit, Georgie. Mike DeShane up to shoot. Georgie, long shot. I was just saying something about it. Did Mike miss that one ball, or did he just hit it bad? I believe he just hit it bad. I'm not sure though. Seven in the side. Just need a little angle here.
There you have it. George Rodriguez now on the hill. It's 8-1. We're watching the Mike Zuglin's Josh Northeast 9-ball tour. We're coming to you live, folks, from Raxx Pool Room, Sports Bar and Grill, Long Island, New York. Come on by and say hello to Holden Chin and Carl here at Raxx. It's a beautiful room. They support pool and many tours. Come on by and say hello as we watch George about to break in game 10, and smash him he does.
What are the races to?
9.
9.
The races are to 9.
I thought 11, but I was wrong. I was incorrect.
See on the scoreboard right there? Race to 9.
off the combo.
Well, that's what happens when you go to so many different tournaments and they got so many different formats.
Well, they played 7 the last one that we attended.
And it looks like Mike DeShane is on the verge of getting out back there on that back table. That score is 4 apiece.
And then the wonderful event we went to in Boston at Gillian's with Jared Clowry.
Foundation.
Yeah, that was excellent. It was such a great night for charity. It really was.
In fact,
I was actually talking to Jared outside about that earlier. I asked him how he was doing. He said, good. Feels like he's been playing good, too. So he decided
Jared
to come
Clowry
down.
won the Boston Marathon bombing victory. Big supporter, started his own foundation called heroeshearts.org. You want to check out that website, heroeshearts.org. We did a live stream from Gillian's. What an exquisite pool room that is up in the Boston area, right opposite Fenway Park. As Mike DeShane puts a beat up, it's now 5-4 in favor of DeShane over Strickland.
Both men shooting great. They shoot awesome. You know, since I got older, the game of pool got a little more clear. And, you know, as I've seen people through the years shoot, now that I'm older, you could see the talent, you know, you could see it a lot different than when you're young. Mike DeShane 5-4. George put the 2 in the corner, almost got hung up. But he aimed correctly.
Earl and Mike discussing the angle on which is lying on the table. Mike says it's a little crooked.
Earl said he heard a couple people saying Raxx, so he
Let's listen to Earl.
he's just deciding to rack him himself.
One day somebody's going to that shoots from both angles of the center diamond on a table, from the rear end and from the top, so that when somebody's down there racking a game of 9-ball, they can tell it's even. Maybe a bell will go off or something. Joe Gibbons takes a whack at the 5-ball. Got fortunate. George on the hill here, though. George took a slice at it. No 5-ball hanging up down in the corner. This is an opportunity for Mr. Joe Gibbons to get out and at least put one more game up on the scoreboard. You're going to watch Joe Gibbons pocket the 6. This is a do-or-die situation. If he misses this and leaves George's shot, he will not be eliminated. If he loses this set, he'll just move over to the B side. But he's kind of funny. He's got to cut the 6 with the right speed, and he elects to play safe. That's sharp. Good shot. Meanwhile, Mike DeShane leads 5-4 in this match in the background. George makes a good kick on the 6. Well, you know what it is, Rich, in the chat room. Many a times, you know, you say, oh, well, the rack's not crooked, and some guy's trying to pull a move on me, racking crooked, or, you know. We put cameras in pockets. Why don't we put lasers? As George Rodriguez on our featured table leads, and Mike DeShane, I'm sorry, Mike DeShane just went up another one. That's 6-4 in favor of Mike DeShane. George Rodriguez right here is on the hill. If he pockets this 9 ball, he will take this game away from Mr. Joe Gibbons, and he does by a score of 9-1. Joe Gibbons is not out. He will move over to the B side. He's still in the tournament. I'm going to try to go out there and do some kind of zoom fluming and try to get a little close and personal on this match in the background. Just give me a couple of seconds as we're going to let this tape roll. Okay, there you go. A little closer. Okay, Earl Strickland putting up another bead. I believe it's 6-5 in favor of DeShane. I have somebody running out to verify that. And we will keep you updated. There you have it, 6-5 in favor of Mike DeShane. You can see Mr. Larry Ross in the background. He's playing Eric Grossman. Mike DeShane force following, going in 3 inside rails, coming around, but it looks like he's going to overrun the 3. He's going to wind up behind the 5 ball. Whether he can back cut this 3 ball into the side pocket, I can't tell from this angle here. But it appears that he has a shot. He did have the shot. Back cutting the 3 into the side. He's getting back in position now for the 4 ball. Mike DeShane now leads over Earl Strickland 7-5. Keep in mind, we're racing to 9. This is a winner's side match. So the loser of this match will not be eliminated to the B side of the chart, so to say. And both players are dangerous. We all know that. And Mike DeShane says this is no good.
22, Joe Gibbons, Rich Lang. Table 22, Joe Gibbons versus Rich Lang. Good luck.
Mike DeShane says thank you. Wow, Mike's fine. Well, by the body language of Mike DeShane leaning down, it doesn't look like that one ball has it. Looks like the 8 might just be in the way just maybe a smidget, or a smidgen, or an iota. All right, Mike got the kiss, but it looked like he got a fortunate kiss. Not leaving Earl a straight in shot at all. 2 balls sitting next to the side pocket, right where the red 3 is. Earl playing safe, trying to duck Mike behind the 4-9. Now, this is the best angle we have. Mike DeShane couldn't hit that any better than that, I'll tell you right now. What a beautiful shot. He's got a good angle just to either go up and play the 3 into the side, or just slide over and play the 3 into the same corner pocket. You know, instead of going forward, he elected to try to hold the cue for the 3 in the side, but he drew back on it. A little out of shape. Not impossible, he can still make it. Go all the way around table 3 to 4 rails and play the 4 ball in the corner pocket. Was just sick over that shot. You know, when somebody plays bad position, even himself, when Earl plays bad position, he's not a happy camper. Mike DeShane now on the hill against the mighty Earl Strickland. Score is 8-5. We'd like to thank Aramis. We'd like to thank Lacassi Cues, Simona's Cloth, the world's largest supplier of tablecloth. Would like to thank the whole crew. This game is moving along so fast. AZ Billiards, Kings of Vapor, the Tap League. Everybody for jumping on board. We still have other sponsors we got to run through, but right now we got to run back to the match. I'm in a private room inside Raxx pool room on West Hempstead, part of Long Island. Mike DeShane is down inspecting the pack, and I'll tell you what, Not many players actually do that anymore. Actually, really get down and inspect every ball like that. I think Mike DeShane is probably the only one that I see do it on a constant basis. And I think it's a good thing. I know it delays the game, and they get into the, it's not right, it's not straight, this is frozen, the last one's not frozen, the first three are frozen, but the second one behind the 9 is not frozen. And it delays the game. But, when you add up all your arsenal, you got to put everything into a package for your personal arsenal. That has to be a big part of it. You got to make sure that you're getting the rack that you deserve. So, in a way, a lot of people they talk bad, going back and forth on Mike, not liking the rack too often. But, it's all part of your package, man. It's like having a jump cue or anything else. This is true as Earl Strickland shakes Mike DeShane's hand. Mike DeShane defeats Earl Strickland by a score of 9-5. We're going to be right back with another featured match. Give me a few seconds or a few minutes just to set it up. I got to go back out there and focus the other cam so we can at least capture 2 tables, and I'll see what's going on. Be right back at you. Thank you, everyone.